Will the members of the Justice League be able to hold out against insurmountable odds? Or have their fates already been signed in blood? Let's hop into the pages of Justice League Last Ride issue number 4 and find out together, shall we? Alrighty then, so as this issue opens up, we're treated to another very important flashback to the Justice League's last mission on Apokolips, the one where it all went wrong. You'll remember that Darkseid had weaponized the boom tubes and was using it to move nukes to Earth. Batman couldn't defuse them all at once, so he figured the next best thing would be to try and shut them all down. Unfortunately, to turn off the bombs, they'd have to turn off power to all of planet Apokolips, which means going through the planet core. Naturally, Batman can't go do it himself because he's still just a squishy human being. He elects Wonder Woman do the deed, but Diana is still recovering from some of the fiercer fighting with parademons on the surface. Eventually, Martian Manhunter decides that he'll be the one to do it, even if that means having to go through the fire and the flames, which is one of the few things that can actually hurt John Jones, meaning that if he did do it, he'd be signing his own death warrant. Obviously, this strikes a major nerve with Superman, who wants to try and save everyone. He says that he'll fly back to Apokolips and do it, even though Batman says that he'd never be able to make it back in time, though he does eventually actually leave Green Lantern in the fight with Darkseid behind. The plan ultimately ends up going off without a hitch. Martian Manhunter is able to power down the planet, the bombs are deactivated, Superman fails to make it back in time, and John ultimately ends up giving his life for the greater good. This would also be the last time the League would fight side by side for many years, their friendship torn apart by questions about what they could have done differently. Now back in the present, it seems that history is very grimly starting to repeat itself. Green Lantern, John Stewart, and Wonder Woman are in space trying to repel an armada of invaders. While back on the planet's surface, in a twist of cruel irony, Batman and Green Lantern Hal Jordan are going to try and restart the planet core in hopes that Apokolips's defenses will help them hold out. Hal knows how painful this is for Bruce, basically returning to the scene of something so traumatic, and he tries to calm him down, saying that no one blames him for what happened that day, but Bruce does ultimately think that Superman blames him. After all, he's Superman, and everyone knows he can't be everywhere at once despite how godly powerful he is. Batman, on the other hand, he's always supposed to be 2 steps ahead. That day he wasn't, and they lost a friend because of it. Now while all of that is going on, Superman and the Flash are still playing babysitter for Lobo, the star witness in the United Planet's big trial that's coming up. Lobo's been doing his best to try and get inside the Man of Steel's head. It's clear he knows a lot more about what's going on than the good guys do, but he's playing those cards very close to the chest right now. He does, however, manage to bring up something that really pours salt in Clark's wounds. He says that as a bounty hunter, he's always just out there doing jobs for paymasters, but really at the end of the day, who's the real killer? The person who pays for the job to be done, or the person who does it? Or transversely, if you as a leader, Superman, gave the orders for your people to be in the field, are you not the one responsible for John's death? As Lobo keeps talking too, he does ultimately end up giving away a piece of information that Superman and the Flash are genuinely surprised by. Essentially, Lobo seeks to imply that maybe he didn't kill the New Gods like the United Planets think he did. But if this is all a conspiracy, a giant cosmic frame-up, then who could benefit the most from this? The New Gods had a really good planet in New Genesis. Maybe this is all part of some cosmic land grab. Lord knows there is a lot of evil, villainous conquerors out there who would probably love New Genesis for their collection. People like, oh, I don't know, Mongol, the warlord of Warworld, who we see is actually leading the armada against Wonder Woman and Green Lantern, as well as Brainiac, who's gathered a whole Mad Max force to assault Superman and Flash on the ground. He also seems to have upgraded his body, taking cyborg Superman Hank Henshaw's body all for himself. And believe it or not, it's on that note right there the comic comes to a close, everybody. And so that was Justice League Last Ride issue number 4, a much more action-packed issue to counteract the much more meditative issue that preceded it. The flashbacks do a nice job helping fill in the blanks. We clearly know more of the story than we did before, but there's obviously a lot more going on here than meets the eye. There's something truly sad and heartbreaking knowing that the Justice League broke up not because of something one of their members did wrong, but because they feel they couldn't have done enough to help their friends. They saved the whole world, but it still wasn't good enough. I also stand by my theory too that Hal Jordan Gordon and the Green Lanterns are up to something here. We see Superman actively abandon Hal during the battle with Darkseid to try and go save Martian Manhunter, and I feel that all these years later, maybe Hal is still sore about it. Overall, I think I'd feel comfortable giving this one another 8 out of 10. Justice League Last Ride is a really different feeling team book and a really different feeling Justice League book at a time when you have a lot of choices in that market. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.